You've probably seen star anise 1,000 times, floating in a steaming mug of mulled wine or tucked into festive holiday spice blends like a dry wooden decoration. But have you ever wondered why it's shaped like a perfectly symmetrical star? Why does something that looks like it fell out of a craft box have the power to steer the flavor of a massive simmering pot of wine and carry a medical secret that changed the pharmaceutical industry? The truth is, behind that silent exterior lies an astonishing story of evolution and hidden power. Today, we're stripping down the real secrets behind the strangest spice in your kitchen.
Hey friends, I'm Edward. Let's unwrap the layers of the unseen right here on QC Project Simple Things.
At its core, star anise isn't a seed as commonly assumed, but rather the dried fruit of an evergreen tree called Illicium verum, native exclusively to northern Vietnam and southern China. While anise seeds are merely tiny herbaceous bits from the parsley family. Star anise is a complex biological architecture featuring symmetrical wooden chambers designed to protect the seeds within. Unlike leafy or powdered spices that fade quickly, star anise is a durable, woody spice with a profound sensory profile. It doesn't offer a sugary sweetness, but rather a deep, warm essence, interwoven with signature licorice notes, and a soothing, slightly pungent edge. When you hold a star anise, you aren't just holding a spice. You are holding a sophisticated natural design, where the aroma serves not only the palate, but also as a form of relief that has endured for millennia. The story of star anise didn't begin on modern kitchen shelves. It originated thousands of years ago in ancient Eastern remedies. Long before it became the soul of a broth, this wooden star was a lifesaver in the family medicine cabinet. Back then, star anise was valued for its miraculous warming properties. It wasn't just about flavor, it was a tool to treat what traditional systems called cold conditions, from persistent coughs and bloating to stomach discomfort. In many households, a single pod steeped in hot water wasn't just tea. It was a soothing remedy, relief, for when the body felt heavy and weary. Its history reveals an era where the line between the kitchen and the clinic barely existed, where every spice carried the responsibility of protecting human health. Over time, as modern science stepped in, star anise became more than just folk wisdom. Researchers discovered that within its woody structure lies shikimic acid, the core ingredient for producing global antiviral flu medications. From a dried pod in a grandmother's medicine bag, star anise suddenly stepped into the spotlight of experimental medicine, proving that the simplest things can sometimes hold the power to protect all of humanity. But the story of star anise doesn't just end with ancient remedies. A modern twist occurred when researchers identified shikimic acid within this fruit, a key compound used in the production of certain antiviral medications, including some of the world's most prominent flu treatments. During periods of high medical demand, this link briefly pushed star anise into the global spotlight because the supply of a common kitchen spice suddenly mattered to massive pharmaceutical pipelines. It is a powerful reminder that simple ingredients can have incredibly complicated lives, from border region farms and international trade routes to the critical decisions that shape global supply. To understand why this spice travels so well and preserves its character even after long simmering, we must look back at the very shape that caught your eye in the first place. Many people assume that the star shape of star anise is just an aesthetic whim of nature to beautify your soup bowl. But here's the truth. That shape isn't for decoration, it's a precision engineering design. Each point of the star is actually a compartment, called a carpel, protecting a glossy seed within. Nature built this fruit as a cluster of small pods fused into one perfectly symmetrical form. When you rotate a star anise between your fingers, that symmetry feels intentional, because it is. The points are thick enough to protect the interior, yet angled just enough to split open when maturity arrives, helping the seeds disperse. Architecture came first. Beauty followed. Humans noticed this beauty so strongly that the star shape became part of the spice's identity, making it one of those rare ingredients you recognize instantly before even catching its scent. However, here's the most common misconception. Those shiny seeds are not actually the primary source of the flavor you are chasing. Star anise begins its life as small yellowish flowers before developing into green, star-shaped fruits. Farmers typically harvest them just before they fully ripen and sun-dry them until they turn a deep reddish brown. Inside each point lies a shiny seed, and it's natural to assume that the seed must be the good part. But the reality is exactly the opposite. The concentrated fragrance isn't carried by the seed. It is held by the pod, the dried fruit wall, a tough and aromatic shell. So when star anise perfumes a soup, you aren't seasoning with a seed or a leaf. You are steeping a dried fruit, slowly pulling aromatic oils from a structure specifically designed to hold them. This also explains why star anise behaves as while delicate herbs fade quickly, this woody fruit releases its aroma steadily, layer by layer, as heat and moisture do their quiet work. These oils carry a signature that shows up in far more places than you'd ever expect. There is a profound difference between sweetness on the tongue and sweetness in the air. Star anise never attacks your palate with a chili-like burn. Instead, it creates a unique warmth that travels directly through your senses. It carries a warm, slightly resinous character, balanced by a faint, bitter edge that prevents the aroma from becoming cloyingly sweet. The secret behind this emotional manipulation lies in a single molecule, anethole. This is the shared genetic code between star anise, licorice, and fennel, explaining why your brain feels a haunting familiarity long before your eyes recognize the spice. However, star anise is the boldest sibling in this chemical family. In the kitchen, it functions as a silent sound engineer. It doesn't strive to be a solo star. Instead, it quietly rounds off the sharp edges of other spices and fills in the flavor gaps to create a harmonious symphony. This is why a single pod is enough to steer an entire dish, but use too much, and that comfort instantly turns into overwhelming heaviness. While delicate herbs like cilantro or scallions quickly break down and lose their scent after minutes of boiling, star anise acts as a heat-resistant system. Its rugged, woody structure is engineered to endure long heating cycles. Instead of flashing and fading, it releases essential oils layer by layer, steadily over hours. This is exactly why it serves as the core component for long-simmered dishes without becoming bitter or losing its profile. The key lies in its role as a harmonizer for other compounds. In a bowl of pho or 5-spice blends, the anethole molecules in star anise function as a flavor amplifier. They can affect the nervous system, making us perceive the richness of beef and bone marrow as deeper than it actually is. A mechanism similar to how MSG works, but entirely natural. It bridges cinnamon, ginger, and charred onions into a unified flavor structure. Without this component, the other spices would remain disconnected, leaving the broth feeling flat and lacking depth. Star anise is the glue that prevents the entire flavor profile from falling apart after hours on the stove. There is a dangerous reality in the world of spices. Two types of star anise exist that look nearly identical, yet their chemical compositions are polar opposites. These are Chinese star anise, culinary, and Japanese star anise, toxic. The critical difference lies in a neurotoxin called anisatin. While the edible variety is rich in anethole for aroma, the Japanese variant contains anisatin, a compound that triggers seizures, vomiting, and severe neurological damage. Technically, they are difficult to distinguish with the naked eye, but morphological experts look for subtle clues. The toxic pods are often smaller, with points curved like tiny hooks, and they smell more like kerosene or incense than food. Modern testing systems use liquid chromatography to identify this chemical fingerprint, ensuring the toxic variety stays out of the global supply chain. This is a stark reminder that natural does not automatically mean safe. When two objects are so visually similar they deceive the eyes, a supplier's reputation and rigorous testing protocols become your only line of defense. Once you grasp this technical boundary, you'll understand why buying from unverified sources or foraging blindly is a risk to your life. While most spices are crushed to release flavor as quickly as possible, professional chefs keep star anise whole for a purely technical reason: extraction control. The symmetrical 8-pointed structure isn't merely an aesthetic icon, it creates a large surface area that allows anethole essential oils to release steadily through its woody layers. If crushed, the aroma peaks intensely, but vanishes within 15 minutes of boiling. In contrast, keeping the pod whole maintains a consistent and durable flavor profile throughout 3 to 4 hours of continuous simmering. This slow-release characteristic has defined a cooking style based on patience, where star anise navigates the depth of a broth without overpowering other ingredients. Today, you'll find it everywhere, reaching far beyond the borders of traditional faux bowls into modern living spaces. From yoga studios using diffused anise oil to help lower heart rates and stabilize deep breathing, to soda fountains serving root beer floats or craft sodas, where star anise is a core ingredient providing a deep, creamy finish without relying on excessive refined sugar. In the premium food industry, it serves as a secret base note to enrich the flavors of gingerbread or high-end liqueurs. Over time, this biological structure has evolved into a visual language. Every time we see the star shape, our brains automatically trigger a state of relaxation and comfort. A technical kitchen tool has officially become an icon of slow living and balance in the modern world. I want to give you a powerful tool so you are never deceived by a label again. The 10-second rule. When standing before a jar of dried pods or dark brown powder, don't just let the aroma mislead you. Perform the bitterness and awakening test. First, ignore the superfood marketing and taste a tiny amount of the raw spice. In premium star anise, the bitterness shouldn't just vanish like sugar or a pre-mixed blend, it should cling to the tongue, creating a slight dryness and a deep resinous intensity. This isn't an irritation, it is the physical proof of raw flavonoids and anethole that haven't been decimated by excessive heat. Second, observe your palate's reaction. Within 10 seconds, if that bitterness doesn't transform into a clean, slightly astringent aftertaste, much like a fine red wine, the soul of the star anise has departed, likely a victim of poor storage or cheap fillers. But if, after 10 seconds, a gentle surge of warmth spreads and the astringency blooms into refreshing licorice notes, you aren't just tasting a powder, you're auditing a masterclass in purity. In those 10 seconds, if your taste buds fight back and the life stays vibrant, you've found the true spice of the gods. If it slides away with a soulless smoothness, the name on the label is just a brand without the craft inside. Star anise is more than just a wooden star in a broth. It is proof that the smallest details often carry the greatest weight. When we understand its heat-resistant structure, the anethole molecule, or the 10-second rule, we stop being passive consumers. We are learning to appreciate craft and purity in a world filled with soulless labels. The difference between an ordinary meal and a masterpiece sometimes lies only in whether you have the patience to understand the ingredient in your hand. If you enjoyed this story, tell us in the comments what simple thing we should explore next. Your idea might become our next episode.
I am Edward, and this is QC Project Simple Things. Thank you for watching.
Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the simple things in everyday life. Because what you see is never the whole story. There's always something deeper beneath the surface. See you in the next one.